Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for excuse me, Monday, April 4th, 2022. Today we're pulling from the Decadent Moon tarot cards. So we're starting off with the High Priestess, and I feel like this is like we're not sure of a situation, I feel like this could be things that have come out of the blue, like why did this happen, or why is everything so chaotic? I've been getting a lot of people saying it's chaotic right now. You definitely see the crossing of her arms, like enough is enough. So it's I feel like this is like our higher self. I feel like the universe will reveal itself. I know some of us have been talking about highly emotional. Well, we had Pisces and Aries in the sky, and then it changed over on the first from double fire. So we're feeling that change. So I don't me myself. I don't feel so emotional anymore. But it's like this freaking cold. It's on its way out, but it's like dang, like it's really hanging on for dear life. And I feel like this for some of us, this is a lot of us. We're feeling in this energy. For the people that I've been talking to, it's just like woman was just like, I don't want to talk to you because she's like, just hearing you talk makes the tickle in my throat again. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'll try and talk as quickly as possible. Oh man, it was funny. So the high priestess is a reminder that you don't know everything in a situation. So maybe just what's going on in our life right now. We don't understand why it's so chaotic, and the universe is like, you'll soon understand. It's possible that someone is withholding information from you, or that you're not getting all the facts. See, this tarot card means that you are the one that needs to implore to your own devices to get to the truth of the matter. The high priestess is spiritual and not bogged down by fantasy, and she deals with information that references that you may not have all the facts at hand at this time. And I feel like this is like take your emotions out of this situation. I feel like that double fire is actually going to help us, where it's like we're not thinking on emotional planes anymore. We're actually thinking factual now. We're seeing things for what they are and not putting an emotional spin on it. Maybe this is to check ourselves. Maybe we were seeing things through an emotional situation. It's like, well, you need to check yourself. You don't have all the information. This is why the major arcana card of not taking action, but assigned to be take a passive approach. You may have the answers within. They're talking about like information dealing with another party here. So maybe you've been feeling some sort of way. Maybe you feel neglected or something like that, and it's like you feel like, oh, it has something to do with you, or maybe you take it personally because you're feeling so emotional, and it's just like universe is like, it's not always about you. I feel like this is where universe is like, there's other things going on. You know what I mean? Sometimes we think in our emotions, we get too much in our head. I definitely feel like the full moon. I feel like spirit is filling your cup. We were highlighting this earlier, saying, how we feel like. Well, we know, not feel. We know that no one fills our cup but ourselves and the universe. You know what I mean? And what a blessing to have universe bless your cup. And there's a reason why, because they know that you would be, 99% of the time doing it yourself. I feel like the way that her gown sits on her, I feel like this is a rebirth in your life. It is a brand new beginning. It is an absolute yes card. But I definitely feel like there's a positive blessing that comes into your home, because we do have the four wands here. Specifically with IG, they were saying this is a May card. So I feel like, they talk about engagements and marriage here. I feel like they're saying that you guys made a verbal contract to live with each other. And I feel like either you guys are making that step to live together where it's a lease is being signed, or you two are buying a home together. But they were saying that was for May. This one is for April. We definitely are seeing a cycle that they do highlight here with YouTube on of the new moon forecasts and projections, talking about this cycle here, and it's the Six of Cups. So I feel like, again, where the universe has blessed your cup, you're able to bless many others. You're making others laugh. You're making others happy. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is why the universe blesses your cup, because they see what you do with it. The word karma was showing up right now. It says your luck is being restored. They have a four-leaf clover and a ladybug. When the Ace of Cups appears, knows that your questions that you're asking the tarot about is most definitely responded with an absolute yes. You're not only going to get the wish but you're not only going to get your wish, but you will have everything. Oh my word! Everything will go your way. uh, and it will fill your heart with joy and love about it too. The Ace of Cups today means that an offering love is on its way to you. You may experience a kind gesture from a stranger or an offering from your boss of appreciation. I feel like, um, sometimes we don't feel that way. I definitely, it's like, people have been calling sick in here and there and everywhere. And it's just like, I get in trouble for that. And I'm just like, for being sick during work. And I'm just like, okay, it's just damned if you do, damned if you don't. A new beginning in love is possible. Like, it's not directly, never mind. Perhaps things will go to a new level today for you. The only thing you need to do in order to receive this love today is to maintain an open and pure heart. Again, it's like getting in your emotions. Be factual about the situation. You know what I mean? It's not like technically that I got in trouble for it. It's just, I feel like some people just have a little bit too much time on their hands. You know, try to be salty when there doesn't need to be saltiness. So what can you do? This again, I feel this is where Spirit was saying me. So if you've been having a rough go of things and see this card, take heart that your rough patch will soon be a thing of the past. Also remember, we're heading into pre-Mercury retrograde energy. You know what I mean? So it's just like prepare yourself, ground yourself. Well, that's something I definitely. Today was just a little sugar, but anyway. This card brings the message that good news is on its way to you, an event that will occur that will bring joy and the sun into your life in a positive, refreshing way. So as we go further into the definition, this is very Passover. This is very Easter energy of reconnecting with our loved ones. You know what I mean? And I definitely, me and my kids definitely feel that way seeing my sister and her family because, I love the living poop out of her kids. And it's just like, especially this younger one, I pick on him. Tell me he's my boyfriend. You don't want to be my boyfriend. It's a joke, obviously. But I just tell him like, oh, you're my boyfriend and we're gonna get married. I'm gonna beat up his girlfriend and all this, but he don't even have a girlfriend, but I just tell him that. So he always tells me no. He goes, no, you're not my girlfriend. I pretend I'm crying. It's cute. But we just play around. So the number 4 in the tarot often refers to home issues, as the number 4 symbolizes the 4 pillars of a home's foundation. So you could be buying a new home, moving home, building a new home, coming home for vacation, leaving for vacation, or traveling to visit someone else at their home. And that's where I get that Easter traveling vibes. You can also receive good news or experience a joyful life event like an engagement or a marriage. See, this is definitely positive because not positive, but also possible because you have the way the two of these people look at each other. You also have the lovers, right? So I do get like if you are in that relationship, I do get like that next level commitment. I definitely feel like there was a verbal conversation here, and I feel like this is now coming to fruition. They're talking about the stock market crashing, so maybe that's why you end up buying a home. I don't know. But just don't get anything crazy that when it goes the other way that you can't afford it. You got to be smart. So a joyful life event that can will have you relocating or changing your place of residence. For some of you, I definitely feel like that. But I feel like when I think about an engagement, I feel like a verbal commitment and then an actual paper commitment, a legal binding commitment, is what I feel here. And I'm not trying to take the love and magic out of engagements and marriage. But with this, I feel like you guys had a verbal conversation that some sort of commitment comes out of this, where it's like a written contract agreement. So I feel like either you guys have talked about living with each other and you end up signing a lease together, or this is to a level where you buy a house together. Buying just makes a lot more sense to a lot of people, because they know as they get older, it just gets harder and harder. So it's like the sooner you get your foot in that kind of door of buying and paying off, like, a mortgage, the better. So highlighting this, positive cycle, I definitely get. I feel like you're giving of yourself, and this is why the universe, divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, bless your hands because they know you'll bless many others. And I definitely feel like this is like the chain of events. The word karma showed up, and the word good luck was showing. So that's what I definitely get with this card. When the Six of Cups appears in your day, the message not to take life so seriously. This is the tarot card about appreciating what love and life has brought you to this lifetime. So I know we are on the 4th, but it's never too late to sit there and do a ceremony and be grateful for all the things that you have in your life. I know sometimes life just gets so freaking chaotic. It's like, especially with me fighting this cold, it's just like, ugh, it's like trying to, take care of myself and get myself 100 again, but dang, like, gotta do things in life. And just be grateful for the unconditional love that you have. And that's what I was talking about when we manifest. One of the biggest things that we should do before we ask for more things to come in is to be thankful and write that down. Thank you for bringing X, Y, and Z that you are now enjoying at this moment. We all have days where we feel like nobody loves us. This card is proof that you do. Embrace your day with a childlike spirit and relish in the innocence and freedom of youth, as nostalgia is often marked with this card. And I definitely get the knockings of that with the Ace of Cups, where it's just like we feel like, sometimes because we don't have that physical presence of people in our life, it's like, oh, nobody loves us. And it's like, you know what? Do you want to be surrounded by a bunch of fake heathens? Or do you want to sit there and have the purest form of love and appreciation from the universe? Yeah, we're just, this is who we are as human beings. We like to be around people. We thrive around people, but it gets old quickly, especially when their true colors start to show. You may find healing today going down memory lane with someone that you love, either in your heart or over the phone. At the same time, sometimes the message is someone is already going down memory lane with you in their heart, and you may hear from them very soon. So someone could in fact miss you. Talking about like where it's just like, it's been this chaotic cycle. They were showing like the 10 of Wands where it's just like, me and my girlfriend Sarah were talking about this, where it's just like, we're talking about, we always thrive when things are like busy. We love it because it's like you don't have time to overthink, um, but it's just like, damn, dude, sometimes we definitely miss that slow cycle. And I said I've learned to appreciate it now, because this is just like dang to dang dang dang. This is just like one thing after the other. So with the Lovers, I felt like work. And I feel like because we're juggling something in duality here, I feel like this is where you may get an ultimatum to, perhaps you need to put something aside because it's too much and it's affecting your work. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they should be able to say anything like that, because as long as you're showing up every day and doing your job, it's like, maybe that's where they feel that, With me, I know it's my cold. I know that's what's, not making me run 100%. So it's just like, you know, do the best you can with what you got. That's all you can do. With this Lovers, we have another full moon here. So I'm not sure if this is May, April, or June. I'm not sure. I just usually try to follow the cards and the cycles they're in, but specifically was May with this one. So again, is this April? Is this May? I'm not sure, but they're talking again about this duality. When we talk about this is very Gemini energy, that duality, right? Twin flame energy, but I definitely am getting something, especially the knockings of juggling two things. Maybe you're having a hard time balancing a relationship and work. You know what I mean? So it could be that, but I definitely feel like a juggling act, and I feel like you get an ultimatum in some way where it's like, it's either this or this. You know what I mean? And I feel this is where Spirit says, you got to make a decision that doesn't feed just your ego. You got to make a decision that serves the greater good of everyone. Directly tied to mutable Gemini, the Lovers card often is about a big decision at hand when the Lovers appear in a tarot reading, or about work or love. The message is to follow your heart, and your intuition is not fooling you at this time. The Major Arcana card is telling us it is safe to proceed with a decision that is pulling at our heartstrings the most. It's important to take all parties into account when you meet the Lovers, as feeding your own ego will backfire. But when you do, know that peace and harmony will prevail, or you're over your own very own Garden of Eden. Sometimes we don't, we want certain things to happen in life, and it's just like it's not the time. We gotta sit there and make some sort of sacrifice. We gotta do things that sometimes we don't agree with. But it's just like for the great of good. You know, we gotta make the decision that makes the most sense. So with this Ten of Swords, I definitely feel like a deep healing is taking place. This is very reminiscent of Thursday's cards, Throne Thursday, where they're saying that someone has decided that they're no longer allowing this hurtful journey or this phase in their life to control them anymore, and healing starts to take place. And I definitely feel like a deep healing is happening here. This could be happening at home, where all the smiles are starting to return. We're getting that old energy back into the home because this shift has happened. You know what I mean? And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize, like, you are in control. I feel like this is going back to Thursday's cards where we feel like a prisoner. But it's like you have the key all along. This is very high priestess energy. It's like if you would take a seat and take a step back and take the emotions out of the situation and be factual, it's like I'm in control. If I want to sit here and think, and overthink about a certain situation, well, I'm doing that to myself. So how do we stop that? Therapy. Maybe you need some medical intervention just to calm your brain down and give yourself that deep rest that you're looking for. And with therapy, they will give you the tools that you need to and give you that place to vent and purge all that built up emotion that you carry inside of you and to release. You know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes it's like we're our own worst enemy. We can't just look up to outside sources. It's like we got to look at within, you know? So I feel like this is where this deep healing comes in. So we have another crescent moon, and they're saying this, we're doing this juggling act here. The person of the Two of Pentacles card is about balancing two pentacles in their hand, a line of karma tying them together to form an infinity symbol. The number 2 in the tarot often represents other parties or things that are dual in nature. There's a balancing act happening here between two parties or two things in your day or your life at this time. You may spend the day going back and forth in various matters. The line between the two pentacles is an infinity symbol, suggesting that things you are balancing today will be directly connected to your karma. So literally the word karma just showed up. Honest and fair dealings are advised when you manage and this juggling act if you want to things to work out in your favor. Honest and fair dealings. Be honest and fair with yourself. You know what I mean? It's just, I feel like for the most part you are. I feel like there's just other things that may be in the way. I feel like there's just more than two pentacles being balanced here. Some situations, some people with this Two of Pentacles, maybe you have two people. You know what I mean? Where the fact that they show a commitment here and then they're like the lovers, this passionate embrace. You know what I mean? But you see a snake biting them in the leg. A poisonous situation. You know what I mean? So it could be the fact that you have one partner that wants a commitment and the other one is just lust. So it's like, what are you going to do here? We were talking about affair. Maybe they had an affair. Maybe there was an affair here and it's just like, how do I move forward here? When they talk about balancing duality, maybe one of you are balancing two partners and it's just like, well, it's time to either poop on the pot or get off, it's to set them free or because maybe you're not ready for that sort of commitment. So it's just like you got to be honest and fair dealings, like they're saying. I mean, karma's tied in here. And sometimes we got to be honest and fair dealings with ourselves. You know what I mean? You can only spin two plates for so long before, one falls and crashes. So I hope you enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Monday, April the 4th, 2021. 2022, my word. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.